It's the Weather Xtreme video. This is the afternoon edition for Monday, the 3rd of April. I'm James Spann. Round one of severe weather is over for the state. The next round will be Wednesday, and we'll see if we can answer some of the questions involving that. That could be a fairly significant weather day for the state. So here we go. Water vapor satellite view. You can see that we've got the deep trough rotating through negative tilt, and we are in a dry slot. That was the view at about, 1930 Z. That would be 2:30. And again, you can see the sun is shining brightly at that point in Birmingham and Tuscaloosa. The clouds in East Alabama will exit, but you notice those new developing cumulonimbus clouds off to the west over Mississippi and West Tennessee, and that's going to circulate in here tonight. By the way, here's a beautiful water vapor loop of the storms this morning, courtesy of the new GOES 16 satellite. Very high resolution. This is not operational yet. It's experimental. We have to say that. And this is courtesy of our friends up at the College of DuPage that provided great data on their website. But that's just an awesome view of those things. Here's a look at the radar. This was coming off the Columbus radar at about 2:35. You can see showers and storms over northeast Mississippi and West Tennessee. In fact, a severe thunderstorm warning in effect for Jackson, Tennessee. These storms will be sweeping through North Alabama tonight. They'll produce some thunder and lightning, and they might produce some small hail, but the air was so worked over after the morning event that we just don't expect a big severe weather problem. Feels pretty good. Mostly 60s on the board. A few spots are at 70 where the sun is shining. And around the nation, I'd say it's seasonal, but we're watching a buildup of cold air back in the northwestern states, and we're going to turn pretty chilly late this week. We'll have to watch Saturday morning with frost potential. To the east of the state, that's a tornado watch for parts of Georgia and the Carolinas. Not exactly a good day at Augusta. A lot of folks over there getting set for the Masters. They're having what we had this morning. This is the day one severe weather outlook for the rest of this afternoon and tonight. Of course, the big problems are off to the east with the enhanced risk over Georgia and South Carolina. We note that marginal risk clipping northwest Alabama back up into western and middle Tennessee. That's for this final batch of showers and storms this evening. And again, they might produce some small hail and gusty winds, but the overall threat is low because the air has just been totally raked over. Now, tomorrow, we got a couple of risk areas. One that is around Tulsa, and the other one is down here in Alabama. This is the look here. And understand now, the day tomorrow is going to be warm, dry, and sunny with low 80s. There are no problems during the day tomorrow. This outlook runs through 7 a.m. Wednesday, and this is basically for storms that form after midnight tomorrow night. And again, the storms from Tuscaloosa and Clanton and Montgomery down to Mobile and Andalusia, they could pack a punch. And we'll talk about this as we go. And then this is day 3. This is for the daytime Wednesday after 7 a.m. And you can see much of the eastern U.S. with a severe weather risk. And the higher possibilities are over southeast Alabama, Georgia, into South Carolina. And that crosshatched area means there could be some significant weather in there. By that, we mean maybe a strong tornado or two. This is the look at Alabama for the daytime Wednesday. That enhanced risk is basically east of a line from near Weiss Lake to Clanton to Jackson to Mobile. The standard slight risk includes Tuscaloosa, Birmingham, Gadsden, Huntsville. But within that enhanced risk area, factors may come together for a strong tornado or two. Just be aware of that. This is the rain for the next 7 days. Had some huge rain amounts with this thing that came through last night and this morning. Rain amounts in some cases exceeded 5 inches. And boy, what a beneficial rain for a part of the state that's still in drought. Additional rain, heavier totals over the southern and eastern part of the state, and that's suggesting amounts maybe exceeding 3 inches there. So modeling, this is the HER model this evening at 6 o'clock, and you can see the depiction of a few scattered showers and storms, but again, we don't expect it to be widespread. Maybe some small hail or gusty winds up in the Tennessee Valley, but not too much to that. Now, tomorrow, this is at 1 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. This is 500 millibars, negative tilt trough to the west. A new surface low forms around Childress, Texas. But we have a beautiful day, sunny and warm with low 80s. Now, tomorrow night, just after midnight, 1 a.m. Wednesday, the surface low near Tulsa. A warm front begins to form and move northward near the Gulf Coast. And then during the day Wednesday, that surface low is south of St. Louis. And obviously, synoptically speaking, that's a setup for potential for severe weather. Now, this is the deal. This is early Wednesday morning at 7 o'clock, and you can see a big mass of storms in here. This is coming off the NAM, and it's the problem we've had with the last several events. How will this affect the storms that reform later in the day? We probably won't know that until these storms develop and we see what happens, but this certainly suggests Wednesday could start off stormy. And we've got a risk of severe weather with these things, mainly south of Interstate 20. It remains to be seen if these can be rooted down in the boundary layer. These could be elevated. And if that's the case, the main threat would be from hail and strong winds. I don't think we have a tornado threat with these. And then later, this is what happens. This is 4 o'clock in the afternoon. The air becomes very unstable. And you can see these, storms beginning to form from Tuscaloosa, Jasper, up into Tennessee. And then by 7 o'clock, those things are on the far eastern side of the state, and they could very well be big supercells. Look at the instability values. This is 4 o'clock Thursday afternoon, and those CAPE values just remarkably high. In fact, they're over 4,000 joules per kilogram down around Montgomery and Greenville. And the amounts up this way exceed 2,500 joules per kilogram. So this is the most unstable air that we have seen all season long, all year long, for one of these things. And the storm relative helicity values are very high on the eastern side of the state. And this is the STP, the significant tornado parameter. It's got kind of a max up in the Tennessee Valley, another max down in south and southeast Alabama. So again, let me go back to the day 3 outlook, and I think this kind of sums it up. And there'll be some changes to this late tonight when it is reissued. But again, in that enhanced risk, the Category 3, wouldn't be shocked if they put up a moderate risk for this day in their new outlook that's issued late tonight. And again, east of a line from Weiss Lake down to Talladega, Clanton, Selma, Jackson, Mobile. That seems to be where the best combination of shear instability, dynamic support will be for afternoon and evening storms. And again, there could very well be a very significant tornado or two in through there. So we got to keep our eyes on this as we get close to Wednesday. Just no need to panic or worry about it, just a possibility, and be aware of that. So that's Wednesday. Let's go to Thursday. System is really deep near Washington, D.C., and we turn much, much cooler. We'll be in the 50s much of the day Thursday with a strong northwest wind. Gradual clearing, maybe some lingering light rain Thursday morning or drizzle up in the northeastern corner of the state. It's going to be kind of a raw day. And then Friday, we drop down into the upper 30s. The sky will be sunny. The high will be around 60. Look at the anomalies. The eastern third of the country, very cool for April. And this is Saturday. That high is right on top of us. And this is where we have the radiational cooling, and we can see some of the colder pockets making a good run at a freeze here. And a frost for a lot of places. And this is why we don't advise planting stuff that would be harmed by a freeze until mid-April, around April 15th. So there's your late season freeze or frost. But the day Saturday will be nice, sunny with a high in the upper 60s, and this is Sunday. We'll climb into the mid to upper 70s. So a beautiful weekend coming up after that cold start Saturday morning. And this is Monday of next week, kind of a complex trough well to the north and west. A cold front is approaching, but we're still dry with ridging building in. We'll be close to 80 if this is right. Here's the end of the forecast period. This is Thursday of next week, the 13th. The ridge still holds with a trough well to the west. And if this is right, we're still dry and pretty warm. But check the numbers off the GFS, and again, I'm not so sure Birmingham gets down to 33 Saturday morning, but many of the colder pockets probably will. And I would imagine some of those colder valleys could see upper 20s on Saturday morning with frost. And after that, we warm right back up. The good thing about it, cold snaps don't last long this time of the year. That's it for the Weather Xtreme video this afternoon. We'll have notes in the blog. The next video here by 7 o'clock tomorrow morning. If you can, catch us this evening on ABC 3340 News at 4, 5, 6, and 10 o'clock. Thanks for watching. Have a great evening, and God bless.